Hello everyone, it's Susan with the Carnegie Library and I'm here with another book review for you. Today I want to talk about The Girls in the Snow by Stacy Green. This is the first book in the Nikki Hunt series, and this was a mystery slash thriller, and I enjoyed it a whole lot. So Nikki Hunt is an agent with the FBI, and she is called to the scene of a murder in her hometown of Stillwater, Minnesota. She hasn't been back there in quite a long time, so she has to travel back there because she's after a serial killer and they think this serial killer might be responsible for it. So Nikki gets to this place she used to live as a child, and she has a lot of bad memories here because her parents were brutally murdered when she was a child, or more like a teenager, and she just has some really rough memories of being without her parents, having to go through a trial because she actually came to the house after it happened. And so she saw the person who had done it and she had to testify in the trial, and it's like this really traumatic experience she had, and now she's having to relive it now that she's back in her hometown. Now, local law enforcement wants to believe that it is the serial killer because they really don't want to admit that maybe someone local has done this. They're a little clannish, they're a small town, and so they really want to think it was some outsider. But Nikki sees that it does not seem like it has the MO of the serial killer because they've kept a lot of stuff back from the public that only law enforcement would know and the people in the FBI. So Nikki is pretty stressed about this case. She's trying to find the person who's done this to these two 15-year-old girls. It's really affecting her. She knows one of the girls' family members. And so it's really bringing back a lot of her trauma. And if things couldn't be worse, the person who was in jail for murdering her parents is claiming that he is innocent and trying to get a new trial. And Nikki is very upset about that. She's like, I saw you in the house. I know it was you. And she just feels like everything is falling apart around her. She has her own daughter to worry about now, and she doesn't want anyone in her hometown to even know she has a daughter. She's recently divorced because she's just too obsessed with her job and her husband just couldn't handle it. So her life is really kind of a mess. And as she comes back into town, she encounters a lot of people she went to high school with, some people who still like her, some people who are resentful because some people think the person that's in jail for her parents' murders are innocent. So she has a lot of stuff to deal with. So not only is she trying to solve the murders of the two young teenage girls, she finds herself swept back up into her parents' case as various people try to get her to revisit it, to read the files, and she just is really resistant to it, and she doesn't want to do it at first. So Nikki has to really realize that it's time for her to face her demons after 20 years away from Stillwater. It's time to come with terms with what really happened to her parents and to try to put that behind her because it's been something that has been weighing over her whole life. And although she can never get the years back that she lost with her parents, she has to try to come to terms with it and remember what really happened. So this one was super suspenseful and thrilling. Once again, it's The Girls in the Snow by Stacy Green. I liked how this one went back and forth between the two cases. It didn't go back in time, but where she was kind of investigating one and trying not to get pulled into the other. But I really enjoyed this. It was really well written. This one was another one that was so hard to put down, and it's the first one in the Nikki Hunt series, and I already can't wait to read number 2. The Girls in the Snow was just excellent, and if you like thrillers, I think you'll like this one. So come on into the library and check it out, and once you've read it, let us know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for joining us for another book review.